Hi, it's Lesley Fightmaster, and I am back from Ojai. We had an amazing retreat. We had several people come from actually around the world pretty much to the retreat, and many people came as a result of watching the videos on YouTube, and it was really exciting. So there will be another retreat coming up in January in Sedona, and Tina from Pink Rose Healing I think might even come to that too. Everybody loved her. We did Reiki healing, we did sound healing. It was amazing. So today I have a question from, let's see, PNRTKT. Would like to know about my yoga journey and how I saw improvements. I love this question because I started practicing in about 2000. I used to hide in the back of the class, and it just seemed like everybody knew what they were doing, and I knew absolutely nothing. When people were, sitting up and folding forward, I was nowhere near my feet. I couldn't touch my feet whatsoever. There was really nothing that I could do very well, and I wasn't strong. One thing I could do was back bends. That was the only thing. I had a really bendy low back, and I could pop myself up into back bends, but nothing else. So for me, improvements, very, very, very slow. And I practiced on and off from about 2000 until around 2005, maybe. And then in 2005, I started practicing more regularly, and now I practice still regularly. So somewhere between 2005 and then 2006, I did teacher training. But even when I did the teacher training, I didn't feel like I had a very advanced practice. It was probably about 2008 or so. I started practicing more Ashtanga yoga, and just a more consistent practice. So I found that as I practiced more consistently, it just sort of happened slowly, but it happened, and I started going to more advanced classes, and I started noticing that, wow, I can do that pose I never thought I'd be able to do, or I could do this pose. And then other days I'd come back and I would try those poses again, and I couldn't get them at all. So it was, very one step forward, two steps back kind of a thing. But I think that overall, the most important thing to always remember with our yoga practice is that it isn't about how deep we get into a pose. It isn't about whether or not I can get my foot behind my head. It's not about can I do those crazy poses that we see pictures of a lot. What it really is about is keeping our breath steady and our mind present so that we can basically deal with life on life's terms off of the mat. So the more we can practice those poses that give us trouble, or those or keeping the breath steady during the practice without getting frustrated, the less we'll get frustrated, driving in the car and having that person cut us off and we don't have to respond. So remember, if you're not seeing the kind of progress that you think you should be seeing or that you'd like to be seeing, always keep in mind it's not about the pose, and a lot of the progress that we experience isn't necessarily the physical body. A lot of it can be in emotional progress or spiritual progress, which I think is even more important. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please visit fightmasteryoga.com and join our mailing list. I'm going to be doing some more periscoping. I did a little bit on our retreat in Ojai, so Fightmaster Yoga is my periscope handle. If you can afford a donation to help support Fightmaster Yoga, we get a lot of messages from people who are so grateful to have access to these yoga classes, because a lot of people are students or they don't have yoga where they live. Many people can't afford to go to the yoga studios because they are kind of expensive in certain places. So we really appreciate any donations for those of you who can afford to, so that you can help us to continue making yoga classes, because we want to make yoga accessible to as many people as we possibly can throughout the whole world, because we really think that the more people practicing yoga, the happier the world will be. So thank you for being part of that, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.